Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I really wish school was already done.
Oh my goodness.
I'm already working.
You're always learning, baby. Always learning. Oh, always learning, baby. Boom, boom. What's up? You there? I can't hear you.
Okay, what I do?
Oh, what's up, G? Got off of Allen. Yeah, he broke it down. So that's looking like a promising lead for at the very least, 5 million and perhaps more over time. So that's exciting, man.
Yeah. So me and Alan lived together a couple of years. Very talented dude. One of the dudes that you just gotta kind of like keep focused.
Yeah.
I mean, but really good dude, man. Just gotta kind of, I think too is he's been kind of figuring out, his way. Kind of in the corporate world, the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So, I think, he's in a good situation now at LinkedIn where, he can make some things happen. So I think definitely there's some promise there. And I do with Spiro's been helping him from a legal component, aspect. So, I think, something, definitely looking promising.
All right, cool. That's good news, man. So a couple things. So by the block, 4.5% feels high, man. To raise a million and have to give up 45, that puts you in the hole quick.
Yeah, well, the two is, I think, like I said, the most I, would like to give up, and then I think, that where I try to be with raising money, and what I even pay like Alex and Steve when they facilitate is like 2%. I think that's a pretty fair number. I think we start getting to that 4.5. What I need to explore more, and I just hadn't had a chance to make a couple calls today, is like what is the potential of like working with like a broker dealer versus like a funding portal?
Yeah.
So just understanding that, because Alex and them used to be, their company used to be housed at a broker dealer, which was Baycrest. So, that's something, I actually really should, I want to give, if you don't mind, let me see if I can get in the sheet on the phone.
Yeah.
Kind of ask him the difference. Let's see. I've been meaning to do.
Yeah, man, we gotta crack this code. Otherwise, we're gonna have to eat this like a bullet. Because right now we got 6 weeks. If we kick off on May 5th, May 15th, I mean, that only gives us 6 weeks. So
yeah, what's up, man?
Not much, man. It's me and Julian here.
Hey.
Question: what's the difference in between using a funding portal versus using a broker dealer in terms of crowdfunding?
In terms of crowdfunding, I don't really think you can do a broker dealer, because it's really about the access to non-accredited investors. The whole crowd thing gives you access to non-accredited investors.
Let me see. I was reading the legal last. Let me see. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find that article I found last night. Hold on. I'm about to text it over to you. Because everywhere I seem to look would bring up that most of it was done through a funding portal, but there was this option of using a broker dealer. So we just me and Julian here, we're like something that we're just trying to figure out how to be able to push our fundraising opportunities out to as many people as possible. And so the thing we definitely need to figure out how to solve this crowdfunding aspect of this sooner than later. So we're just sitting there kind of just bouncing some ideas off the I just wanted to kind of understand like what was the optionality there with a broker dealer.
Yeah, no, I mean, our plan is to get the crowdfunding filing done first, and then go after the broker dealer. Just because the broker dealer is a little bit more, it's not more difficult, but it costs more money. Like you have to have $50,000 in cash on hand for the broker dealer license, just as like capital that you have on your staff. So that's just one thing that you have to have, even outside of the application. You know, like the same thing that with portal, but like that mainly just opens up a lot of like, it's essentially part of what I forgot your boy's name. Lindsay was talking about doing. Part of that is like what you would do for a broker dealer, being able to broker any kind of deal. It could be private, it could be public, it could be any kind of asset, but it doesn't have a limit. It doesn't have any kind of access that. It doesn't do anything for non-accredited investors. That's what crowdfunding opens up for you. Is the non-accredited investors through the portal. You have to get your CF, that regulation CF thing that we're going through with FINRA right now. Just because you have a broker-dealer license doesn't help you navigate that non-accredited investor space.
Okay. And so you guys are still thinking around 60 days for that portal to potentially be live.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm hoping. I'm waiting on two things. I said I'm waiting on the FINRA to give us access to to the portal to the they have to create the thing that allows us to apply. So we're waiting on that, and then I'm waiting to speak with them to get like one more round of advice from them before we actually do submit it. So I want to have that conversation with them because I think that they've intimated to me that they'll help us fast track it if we can do that and everything checks out before we file it. So I want to make sure that we wait to do that. So my goal is hopefully by the end of the month. That would be great if we can. Definitely within 60 days. Given the process.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right. Well, that's just what we wanted to touch base on. Should just keep us posted on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do, man. If I can figure out another way to push them a little bit harder, I will. I just I'm waiting on things for them, and I'll try to. They're gonna meet hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully both will happen tomorrow. They'll open up the thing, then I can have that conversation with them tomorrow. We can submit it then.
Okay. Good deal. Well, let us know how that goes.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right, my man. Take care.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right.
All right. Peace.
All right. So
Hold on. I gotta call one more. I don't think that's right. That's not making sense to me. Totally. Hold on.
all right. It's all good.
Thanks about this.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
It's all good.
Understand.
He'll call back.
Yeah. Yeah, because my thing is with a broker dealer, I feel like when you you have to hang your licenses at a broker dealer, and when that happens, I feel like that's the reason like financial advisors are able to work with investors across the spectrum because they have their license at a broker dealer who have all, who's SEC registered and has all of this back end,
Yeah, but they have a relationship that what we're trying to market on social media, and there's no established relationship.
But my thing is, so let's say my friend who's a financial advisor goes independent and he hangs his license just with a broker dealer to be, a wealth manager. Now that allows him to be able to market his services any and everywhere. And that's the reason to get the licenses and hang them at a broker dealer. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Some of the language is it's gray area. You don't see financial advisors. That's the thing. You don't see financial advisors sending ads at you and I and things of that nature. So there's some limits there.
You do, but most of them work inside of institutions like Wells Fargo, Edward Jones, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where they have built-in marketing pipelines. Like for example, like my dude in Houston wouldn't market directly at you because he's the wealth manager for 4 locations. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, he has that. I don't know. Like I said, I want to see what this guy who's who's currently working on the debt side at this broker dealer, and just what that allows them to do.
All right, we'll figure it out, man. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But let's get this together. So basically, this is what I've been focused on all day, man. Because we got to tell the story, kind of pull the narrative together. I had this deck from another company. I took the Kimball Properties deck that you sent me. Then I had this deck from this pitch for the flats in Phoenix, and I'm just trying to layer and weave our two together. So there's a lot of gaps that I know you have quick answers to, and so I wanted to go through that to get this first draft done. So basically, I'm labeling it the buyback Baton Rouge when I put that hashtag in your video 2 days ago, and that seemed to resonate with some folks. So, and then we just call it Mid-City Eddie Robinson Senior Historical District Confidential Investment Summary. So I took images from some of the core assets in the portfolio. This is their disclaimer. I could put your disclaimer here, but this is their disclaimer, and just adding imagery, and I'm gonna need images from you. You let me know what you want to do here. I put us.
Totally fine with that. That's totally fine.
All right.
And I can send you just bios, just kind of beef up on for Tevin. And,
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, cool. So I put you as acquisitions, Tevin as construction, and me as fundraising and marketing. Of course, Alex and Steve, they still do their thing, but this is just front facing for this crowdfunding campaign that we're going to be doing. This is executive summary, portfolio overview, investment highlights, investor return overview, market overview, timeline, and Q&A. So you and I will go over this. Actually, we can just brainstorm right now. What are the highlights of this? We can also reverse engineer back into this afterwards. But what are the key things that we think is special about this? All of theirs are quantitative and numeric. I don't know if there's anything you want to highlight here. Again, theirs is a little bit different because they were acquiring one single building and they were going to force appreciation and sell within 5 to 7. You can definitely keep rehab and purchase price. What's the split?
We have been typically doing 70-30.
All right.
6% on pref,
Okay.
which I definitely think on a crowdfunding we keep. And I mean, we can just, look at terms on, how to, beef your stake up, as a GP, because we are going to probably have some higher fees, just, with the smaller raise, $5 million equity. I think how many, like in projects.
We can always come back to these numbers. Are there any of these numbers that you want to take off? Year built, we could take that off.
Yeah, I don't think we do year build.
Take that off.
I think we could. I think it would be good to have like a multifamily unit goal or something like that.
So I wanted 300. I wanted 300 in 3 years. That's Harriet Tubman did 300. She freed 300 people. So when you add in Southern, Julia, government, that's already 100. So, and then you add in the 60 unit behind government village. So that's 160 already.
Okay.
Yeah. So target 300 units in 3 years. All right. Minimum investment. What's going to be our alignment around that?
I mean, what's your thoughts?
So I was gonna say 1,000. I was gonna say 1,000 for these smaller investors, but there's no call and no customer support. So the reason I wanted to set up the Calendly is like when somebody seriously considering investing 25,000 or more, they can talk to me, Steve, or Alex, right? Somebody who's we got to be very mindful because the people who are contributing the most, they have the most questions, right? Because they're giving their last dime. They're investing their last dime, and this is like precious to them. So I was gonna say 1,000. A keep out. I don't want to keep anybody out, but from a customer service standpoint, it could get pretty crazy. So
yeah, I would definitely. I think 1,000 is a good number.
all right. Because that's inclusive. I feel I want to be inclusive too. I don't want to keep somebody out who, like, let's just say even the mechanic. Let's say he was like, "Oh, I want to contribute," right? Like, I don't want to keep somebody out because the number's too high, right? Then we'll reverse back into IRR. I don't know how we're gonna do IRR though, because there's so many properties at play. We would have to combine all of the pro formas together.
I definitely no 15%. That's like should my I don't want I want to always be able to pay people at least 15% on their money.
Got you. Can we calculate this on all the properties? Maybe there's 5 properties that we can calculate total 5-year return, but
For that, I mean, if we're and it depends on if we're talking 3 years here, 5 years. I think it's, you know, I definitely think, you know, I think for one of these we can put something like, you know, over 12 to $15 million in development in 3 years, because I think we can hit that number. Like, you know, Julia will be $1 million project. 7th Street's another $1 million project. 1440 altogether is probably at least a $4 to $5 million project.
yeah.
If we put money in Electric Depot, that's a $12 million project.
Right.
So I think you can say, you know, easily, you know, $15 million plus in development or something like that.
All right.
Depending on, you know, if we do Electric Depot or not.
Yep. And then distributions. We're gonna do an 18-month hold.
Yeah, 18 months. We'll start making this distributions at 18 months.
18-month hold. 18-month hold.
6% preferred on the preferred return. 30 on the LPGP split.
All right, cool. So should I put 6% here? No, 6% is preferred.
Yeah, I would just put 6% preferred return.
All right, here or revision.
I would put whatever version cap is.
Okay. So put 6% here.
Yeah, 6% preferred return.
All right. And then this one is question mark.
Yeah.
We got to back into that.
Yeah.
We got to back into that.
Yeah.
All right. So we're good. We're good here. Oh, we're gonna need this number. Oh, that's here. Total rehab. We'll have to back into that number. Well, that's development. That's development, right?
Yeah.
So
I think one of those. You know, I don't think you're gonna need both. You know, I think you put something else there, but I would put 15 million plus in total development costs.
yeah, I have that up here.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'll keep building on this. Executive summary, we can reverse back into this, but we think about the 9 core highlights of this opportunity. First thing that comes to mind to me is low cost basis, which is right here, attractive acquisition price. Ours won't be per door. So there's attractive acquisition price. There's historical tax credits, opportunity zone, tax credits, experienced leadership team, attractive, Freddie Mac, value added investment, and then
I'll put attract this small multifamily loan.
Freddie and small.
Freddie, it's a Freddie or Fannie small multifamily loan.
Right, attractive small multifamily loan. 80
program.
Long-term ownership. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. We're not trying to. We don't have a. We don't have a real exit except the refi, right?
I mean, no, I think that's one of the value of doing small multifamily deals, that you are going to have more buyers. Historically, in a place like Baton Rouge, when you go 100 units plus, you have less of a buyer base. But when you start doing, you guys start thinking about it like this. Some of these projects will be selling 1.5, 1.8 million, for 10 units. Those are very doable deals for investors.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that helps us is like our big thing is great local partners. When it comes to local government, great local relationships is really key for us. The historic tax credits. They kind of give us a hedge. They bring in the real equity into these deals, so they give us a hedge. We're doing value add products at great low cost basis in areas that are appreciating in the double digits.
Double digit appreciation. And then I'm gonna say local. Then I'm gonna say location. Strategic location.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that with op zone. Strategic location.
About you got to talk about when you talk location, accessibility to the amenities of mid city and downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about the improving infrastructure when you talk about the road diet and the addition of the bike lanes.
Yeah.
You have the potential long term for a potential transit to the train transit to New Orleans, where a train station will be in this area. Through having multiple developments in a concentrated area, you also are able to force appreciation.
Yep. Structure forced appreciation through concentrated and comprehensive development and possible train. What I put later on is a strategic location between wealth and work. So when you took me to that one wealthy neighborhood that's right there in downtown, if we say like, look, we're literally between wealth and work. We're here between wealth and downtown. This is gonna fill in.
Yep.
All right, cool. So those are our 9 highlights. And then from here, I want to do a portfolio overview. So I wanted to list, and you can help me fill this in, everything that we've acquired, and then what stage we're in, and then our vision for it. And later on, we can come back and you can give me the exact numbers. So Julia Warehouse acquired 12 multifamily units. Electric Depot Phase 2 acquired 100 multifamily units. The government
required for each two?
Come again?
You want to do the capital required for each two?
Oh, if you have it, yeah. If you have it.
I mean, for Julia, I would do $325K.
Okay.
Electric Depot Phase 2, 100 multifamily units, $1 million. Yeah. Government Street Warehouse, multifamily and mixed use. I would put that project at $1.5 million in capital.
Okay.
Lincoln Hotel. That's actually
how many units?
16 units.
16 units.
And put 300,000.
300,000. What's the vision for W.E. Lee? 20
townhomes. And you can put for status of that, put MOU. Spanish Town, that one's in renovation.
What's the budget for W. Lee?
$1 million.
Okay. Spanish Town.
Spanish Town, 275.
275.
Bright lights. Ooh, put 4 units and put 60,000.
Okay.
Government Village 1, 9,000 in commercial space. Put government put Government Village retail center.
Retail. Okay.
For that one, put 400K.
5 businesses, right?
Um,
Storefront.
yeah, 5.
All right. And then Government Village.
For Government Village retail, put 9,000 square feet of retail space.
Okay. I'll come back and fix it. All right.
I mean, you don't have to put legacy on 14th because we're getting we apply for a HUD L7A loan.
Okay.
We'll get a HUD loan for that as an owner occupied office space.
Okay. Got it. So delete the row.
Yeah, you can delete that one.
All right. And then Government Village living, right? What do you want to call it? Residence?
We won't need any capital. If we get
That grant?
money, we get this funded, we literally won't need any, like the low income housing tax credits will fund that. And actually with that, how that's going to work is we formed a partnership with Gulf Coast Housing that is going to purchase that property from my current LLC. So it'll leave my ownership. So, and they like, we're going to get part of the developer fee, but like they're running that show. So we won't get any capital for that. Southern Heights Student Housing MOU. I would put, as far as the capital we need for that is 300,000.
All right. And then any other strategic, like any Mr. Applegate stuff, we won't name it because we don't want to whistleblow.
I would put Eddie Robinson lots.
Okay.
That's the 3 lots I told you about.
Yeah.
I would put 6 to 8 units, and then I would put a needed capital at 100K.
16 units. 100K. 80 lots. Okay. Anything else? Any other buildings you had your eyes on, or any of Mr. Applegate stuff?
Nah, nothing. Let me try to think. Nah, I mean, I think, we just want some capital out there based on the economy just to be opportunistic. But yeah, that's nothing that like I would say I would feel comfortable, like, nothing that like just, I like all of these, I know what the deal looks like in my head. You know what I mean? Well, I mean,
these other lots in these rundown houses, I would put it.
Something we could put, well, this is Baton Rouge, so you don't want to put 901 Piety.
Yeah. Not right now. But these other lots that you really want, that you say, some would be 15K, some would be 45 if it has a house on it. How much you want to set aside for that? Like the ones across the street from Government.
If we could set a for single family development, if we could set 500K to the side for single family home development, I think that's a good number.
Single. Okay. All right, cool. So look at this total. Boom. That's the total.
Okay.
All right, but we're gonna our target rate is gonna be 3 million to fill in the 2 million gap, and then and we'll just say that some of these other things are later they'll be next round.
Okay.
But we're showing them the full thing. So got these images here of some of those acquisitions. Then I took the Google map and investment highlights Mid-City Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Why here? 5 minutes from downtown, historical and historically Black neighborhood. Sits in between wealth and work. New freeway exit. Potential train station from New Orleans schedule.
Come in. I like y'all don't know the goddamn code.
Easiest code in the world.
Let me see. Oh, let me move you over to, okay, why here? Permanent, put hold on. I'll start sending you some stuff.
Actually,
You could, Mid-City
I'll put it here.
Mid-City, you gotta talk about the Mid-City Road diet.
I put this. I copied this from the old, the original deck. So I just wanted to map out maybe the city. I'm actually gonna move this from here. This is just a transition and a map of everything. Then I did this. Can you help me move these? We'll come back to this. Everything that you just saw is right here. But can you help me map this out real quick? Spanish Town is off this map. Government Village 2 is.
We didn't have a map of this in our deck.
The closest was that was the closest.
All right, I'm about to give you something. Hold on, let me send you an email.
All right. Because I want to show them the concentration. Because that's what I have
a market study. Let me look at it real quick. Road diet. Then,
yeah, and I think we're just gonna have to commit to the webinar. Since I'm with you on Monday night,
okay.
We'll probably just have to do a webinar on Monday night, every Monday night, until round closes.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Let me see if this is the deck.
First one would be once we find it, land on the funding platform. First one would be webinar with Anthony. Yeah, it'd be 18th, 25th, 18th, 25th, 1st, 8th, 15th, 12th, 29th, and probably one final one. I wanted to end on Independence Day. People, I don't know if people are gonna be barbecuing, so they probably gonna still be home. So
let me tell you, people be barbecuing by then.
You for sure about that, huh?
This is more at the other end, the government. Yeah, well, I mean, this. Come on. Let's see. I'll send you this.
Webinar with Anthony.
How do you forget that?
More.
Shit, what is this?
On Monday.
Okay, I just sent that. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this market study.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Who else?
After. And
So
July 4th.
The map is like the fourth page in there.
All right, I'm looking at my email right now. Just putting the webinar on my calendar. The first one for us would be on the
That'd
18th.
be good for you. This is 184 pages, all about Mid-City, and in a very so then this is the market study that
The last one.
well
last
that the nonprofit did,
Yeah.
and it's for the state of Louisiana for Louisiana housing.
400K. We could have got that 400K.
No, this is for our project. So we had to. This is what we're presenting to say these 60 units make sense at Government Village.
Oh, gotcha.
The market study actually supported the project.
Oh,
So basically, to get the low-income housing tax credit, you have to like produce a market study saying that like this project will be supported in that area. And I mean, and you can see how in depth is like super, literally from the interstate to that area where that area of government, it like highlights everything.
got you. Understood. So energy site.
This is just sent off today. So I mean, this is super current.
All right. Let me share my entire screen with you. So you do market study. So which map you think I should put in? Think I should put in this one for four?
I think you can mix some. So this is where Government Village is down here, where all this stuff is. So where the star is, and then you see where the energy site. So really, when you look at these two areas, from the site, Capitol Heights Garden District, all affluent. Downtown, right where Government Street is on the go to the left where Government Street is by downtown over here. So this right where your cursor is right now, that's Beauregard Town. All of those are really affluent areas.
Yep.
This little patch in between Park, Terrace, and the interstate, that's where we're focused. And then where you see this area between LSU and down here and where the water campus is, that's South Baton Rouge. So these two areas that where we're working at and where water campus, this make up South Baton Rouge. So these were the two black areas. You know what I mean? So and now bordering those is, and this is why like these areas made sense. I mean, you can't go west because you hit the river. You can't go south because of LSU. You can't go north really. I mean, you get in the hood and then you hit Exxon going north. Right. And that's why these areas made sense, right around the energy site as far as like redevelopment and stuff.
Yep. So I'm gonna just put a quick overlay because we gotta speak to that. That's gonna be affluent.
Garden District, where Zealand Place is, City Park, Community Park.
Capitol Heights is affluent?
Yeah, definitely. Capitol Heights that went for like 5 years from like 2012 to like 2017, like appreciated at like 10 to 12% a year.
Oh, great. 2012 to 2015, 10% appreciation annually. Okay. So us right here. And then you said water. This is affluent and black down here.
Where?
Right here.
Was that?
Yeah.
In between. Yeah. From there, the interstate really right north of the water campus to LSU is a black neighborhood.
Okay, got you right here. All right, cool. So yeah, this just makes the case. This makes the case really strong. Okay, cool. So in terms of our properties though, so I got Government Street right here, Electric Depot. Government Village 2 is that way. Spanish Town is upper.
Yeah, I would you need to add Lincoln Hotel to that.
Where is Lincoln Hotel is?
Lincoln Hotel is literally go to your left to the left of the energy site. So you're talking about 2 blocks to the left to the energy.
Right here. Yeah. Oh yeah, duh. Is that on Lincoln Street? No.
No. It's on like it's on Government, right off Government. So you need to be right between the interstate and energy.
Right here?
No, on Government, on like literally right between the interstate and energy. Keep going down, like right on the red line.
Red line? What red line? I don't see no red line.
That line's not red or orange, whatever it is. For that's Government Street. That's highlighted where the energy site is. That's Government Street.
Yeah. So where's the Lincoln Hotel? Where's my car? It's right here, right?
No. Go down. Like you literally need to be right in between the energy site and the interstate. You see where that 110 sign is?
Yeah, right here. Yeah, I had it right here.
Oh no, I think your cursor is just off then. I think your cursor is
Oh.
off. Yeah, because like you're not even on the PowerPoint right now.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, I think your cursor is
Share,
off.
share entire. I'm gonna share my desktop. My bad.
Oh, I was like, oh yeah, we're not even on the same map.
Ah,
I'm still looking
Alright.
at the first. So
got you. Okay.
so that's Lincoln is government and Eddie Robinson.
Okay.
You got Electric Depot. You got
And Eddie Robinson is is this way?
no, that the other way.
Right here. Lincoln is right here, right?
Yep. No,
Alright.
South 12. Yep. That's Lincoln right there. Yep.
Okay. And then we're not going after. We may want the theater if she gets back to you.
So that would be further down. Yeah, down there.
Okay. And then Legacy on 14th is this. I know that's not part of it, but just to show that we have it under control.
Myrtle and 14th.
Myrtle on 14th. Myrtle on 14th.
Go up one right there. Yep.
And then Julia is right here.
Julia is on Julia Street on the other side of the railroad track. So that little line is the railroad track. Keep going to your right.
To my right.
Keep going. You just crossed the railroad track.
Okay, I got you. That's Julia right there.
The little line, that's the railroad track. So you're right on the side of the railroad track.
Then we didn't come up with that many strategic acquisitions. There are gonna be some lots that we go under.
I need to highlight that we on both sides of Julia Street on 14th Street. You can say that we have first right of refusal for those properties.
Okay. First right. First right. Yes, baby. More? I'm gonna make you quesadilla.
And you can so that it'll be right on. It would be on both sides of Julia Street to the right of 14th.
To the right of 14th. Okay.
Yep, right. So right there, and then on the other side of the street, right there.
Got you. Okay, cool. Legacy, and then if there's any
Legacy on 14, just slide that down a little bit into like the middle of the street, right there. Yep.
boom. Okay, got you. Government building is that way. Government Street is here. Actually, we run the whole block, right? So we more like that. Electric Depot. What else?
Slide Electric Depot to the right.
To this gap right here.
Yep, right down to them. Yep, that's where Electric Depot.
All right. And then any other lots, a strategic acquisition.
The ones on, so slide the government street, the 1440 square, make that smaller, and that should go over.
The 13th?
It was stopping between those two streets. Go over one more street. Yeah, right there.
Got it.
And you can make,
I see what you mean. It's this block right here.
Yeah, it's that block. That would be the block.
Gotcha.
And
So-
then,
Oh yeah, but we have this right here. We have this right now.
so that would be 538 Eddie Robinson, and then that would be the 3 lots on Eddie Robinson.
So which lots? Where are the lots that we do have are?
South 13 is Eddie Robinson.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, South 13 is Eddie Robinson.
All right, so we want to acquire here or in this gap.
Not right on the corners, so a little bit down the street.
All right,
right
tell me
there.
when to stop.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right there.
All right, strategic acquisitions. Any other strategic acquisitions?
I would just
Lots
put,
around you.
I would put the lots over there, and I mean potentially trying to get the Lincoln Theater, if that comes.
Lincoln Theater is right here.
No, it's 13th and Myrtle,
13th.
right where you put the first red block.
Oh,
This
13th.
one, 13th. Yep, go on all the way. Keep going.
Myrtle.
You already have a block there. Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, got you. Lots. Okay, so that's the Lincoln. We won't name it. And then I'll take these off, and I'll take these off for now. All right. So we're just trying to show them the concentration. All right, cool. And this is us. I'll make these colors different and make them transparent. All right, that's good. So I'll go through the document, but right now I have top reasons: low cost basis, lower cost basis than more mature markets, strong relationship politically and professionally across town, 5 minutes from downtown, historically and historically black neighborhood, sits in between wealth and work, new freeway exit, potential train station in New Orleans scheduled to break ground, historical tax credits and op zones ensures hedges the investment.
I think you can also point out, like, that the elementary, middle, and high school in the area have been redeveloped. I think, you have really strong schools in the area. I think something that's also
Yep, 100%. Redeveloped. Perfect. Then I left that paragraph from what on a webinar we'll probably just focus on these, not the paragraph. So our philosophy, what does a community need? Actually, I'm gonna break this up. What does a community need? This is what I came up with. When you think about your thesis, and you and I combining theses. Am I missing anything? We need jobs. We need jobs. How do you get jobs? Through businesses. How do you get businesses? Through skilled labor, or maybe you switch. I don't know if it's sequential. It might not be linear, but communities, food, skilled labor, business, jobs for that skilled labor, power. We're going to do solar. We're becoming a certified Tesla solar power installer. Water. Probably can't crack that code on our own. Affordable housing, and then education. K through 12 schools. The schools recently.
I think you highlight something about like the cycle of redeveloping our community, and touch on that, like how we are, placing like our business and like, like also are wanting to bring, home ownership into the neighborhood. But I think that's like, it's key to like talk about like, not just like benefiting off the neighborhood financially, but being willing to like intertwine into the neighborhood, I guess.
Yeah. I said we're seeking.
I think you could touch on that with jobs and like workforce developments, with us actually, having a construction company, and be willing to have our office in the neighborhood, and be able to hire people from the local market.
Company and desire to hire locals, natives. Local. Our office is in the neighborhood in this.
I think something cool you could probably do here. I mean, it might take employing like getting with like some type of graphic designer. It's like really looking at like a cycle of like what does like develop, like, so entering the community, investing in the property, putting out businesses there, hiring locally, continuing to like develop business in that neighborhood, and like somehow showing like how like that money is actually cycling within that community. Like I said, I don't know, I'm not the best with graphics and shit like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, that image is literally our our whole business model. So we enter, we build, while building, we hire, we house, and then
maybe house. You could talk. I don't know if that's talking about like, giving someone like how housing, access, education, and like the amenities that we're developing, like how that like rebuilds a person. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Amenities and leading to redevelop a person and place.
Like, I think that graphics talks about like, it's just not just about the builders, it's about the people, and the community that accommodates all people. You know what I mean? I think that's what, we can make that represent. And then, I mean, I think we can kind of develop some type of like signature graphic that shows that.
Yeah, it's about the people. Got you. 100% with that. I'll think through that some more. So comprehensive community development, that's what that's the term. But I actually like the third C that you added, which is comprehensive, concentrated. That's what makes us unique versus Tulsa Real Estate Fund, et cetera. is it's concentrated, it's comprehensive community development. Historically, what do we had? Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had Allensburg, California, Rosewood, Florida. Currently, the closest example to us is actually Harlem Children's Zone, but it's rooted in education and it's nonprofit. We're rooted.
I'm very familiar with the program.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that that's our closest model, and we pay homage to them. But their thesis is education and building around the youth in the school. Our thesis is around jobs and business and real estate, because they can't own the real estate. Harlem Children's Zone, it won't be able to dominate.
I think adding placemaking and being intentional is important to that also.
Yeah. Placemaking. How do you define placemaking?
Well, placemaking comes about, and I think that talks more to like, that is just not about us getting the biggest financial reward, but finding tenants and partners, whether that's, people that's going to be buying these houses, tenants as renters or tenants even in the commercial space that, that I guess too, I mean, especially when you start talking about like the retail that like that fits the vision and what's going on in the neighborhood, and that you use like our resources as being property owners and our connections as, funders and business leaders, to help them be successful. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like for us, like even talking about 1440, for me, it wouldn't be about if we did some type of community market, just finding anyone that would be willing to come in the neighborhood. Right. It's about finding like, and I would be willing to work with someone to take less rent and maybe take, some type of revenue sharing program, if they're, Black owned, that they're, committed to, providing healthier food and less processed foods, and that's what I mean, about placemaking, really looking at like, what does this community need, and being intentional about trying to identify a tenant that fits fits that need. Yep, 100%, 100% in alignment with that. So I'll expound on that and to try to develop that a little bit more. Who else needs to be here? Legal, op zone, and historical tax credits. What's the company again for the historical tax credit? Okay, I would put GainVest, Common Owner. I think their name is Common. I'll send you their names. Common Owner. Let me see what Rich's is operating under right now. Rich Rogers. Tax credit. Rogers. Urban Advantage. UrbanAdvantage.com? Yeah. Or no, UrbanVantage.com. Urban Vantage. Oh, yeah. They came up. Urban Vantage, Roth Law Firm. Hold on. Urban Vantage. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Hopefully the logo comes. Roth Law Firm. Roth. Just type Roth Law Firm, New Orleans. Roth Tax Law. It was that one. Which one? Oh, right here. Go to the first. Go to the web. Go back to the first page. Just go to the first website. I mean, that'll be the easy right there. Okay. Come on. Yep, that was it. All right. Unfortunately, their logo is white, but I'll fix that. So boom, and then lender. You can say Fannie, Freddie. We'll work with People's Bank, and we'll work with Bancorp South. Yep. Which one? I need you to let me know which. People's Bank is thefriendlybank.com. Is this it? Yeah. No? That's it? Yeah. Okay, cool. And then Bancorp South. Bancorp South. Bancorp South. Yeah, that's it. All right, cool. Boom. I'll send you the CMG logo. You want us to put your logo on that area? Yeah. And you own
Core with Tevin, or you have a separate construction company?
No, it'll be CMG, Core
Okay.
Management Group. I'll send you that one. I'll send you Eric's logo also.
All right, cool. Perfect. All right, so those will be our partners. So our business plan is pretty straightforward. I try to put some numbers to it so it wasn't just words for folks. So what do? We buy perhaps an asset at 600,000, even though
I think for this one, just put like our business plan and do like Julia Street example, and you can do like $300K to purchase, $1 million to rehab, 320K in.
Hold on 1 second. Julia Street
example.
All right, example. All right. 1 second. Boom. Okay. Cool. So 300.
300K to purchase.
Yep. Go ahead.
$1 million to renovate. That's fine. 320K a return of capital from monetizing tax credits.
Mm-hmm.
Stabilization. 90. You could put 90%. Then we could do refi. Let me see. On Julie, I think it was like 90K returned in refi proceeds. Just put 80K returned in refi proceeds. Actually, let's. Because it's gonna be more than that, but I like to set, conservative. Yeah. So look.
All right. And then put 80 here. To return capital, and then appraisal will probably be 1.5.
I think appraisal. Let's say. Put 1.7.
Okay. All right, so that's an example of Julia. Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for.
You put 300K as far as budget to buy up top, 420.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'll do that.
This is the business model. Then we give them an example like that.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, so then just our other work. I took this from your old deck. So just
fine.
that you've been doing this. Can you give me years real quick? Electric Depot Phase 1, what was that?
Depot Phase 1 started in 2016. Dolphin Bakery, 2017, 2018 for a laundromat. She's calling me.
2018 for laundromat?
Yeah. Let me take this real quick.
Go ahead, handle it.
What up, Craig?
Hey, Anthony, what's up, man? How you doing?
Not much, man. I got your email. I'm gonna shoot you a reply tomorrow.
Okay.
I had a quick question though that I was trying to ask. So broker, are you familiar with what a broker dealer is allowed to do in the crowdfunding space?
So crowdfunding. Well, so they can only. So are you talking about like crowd?
So let's say
investments or
crowdfunding investments. So let's say like as a broker dealer, what are you guys allowed to do on the accredited and non-accredited side, that since you guys are licensed or housed with a broker dealer, like could you guys raise an equity investments from like accredited and non-accredited investors?
So, to my understanding, we can't do anything with non-accredited investors, but we can work with accredited investors.
Okay.
I think it's just that simple, but I could get an answer from my compliance in the next 12 hours or so.
Show me that, because like I'll shoot you an article. The reason why, because like they're saying that crowdfunding, we're trying to figure out what's the best route to go crowdfunding, and they're telling us to do a SEC crowdfunding. Either you have to go through a funding portal, all these crowd, some of these crowdfunding sites, or you can go through partnering with a broker dealer. So I was just trying to understand what that partnership with a broker dealer, what that looked like.
Let me. I'm pretty sure it has to be accredited, which comes with the stipulations like made a certain amount of money over the last few years and has a net worth of X. But and it's pretty simple to get past that. But let me. I'll ask my compliance
Yeah, and I'm
officer.
gonna shoot you an article when we get off the phone, and I'll shoot your email sometime
Perfect.
first thing tomorrow on those questions you had.
Awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I do.
And
Take care.
I hope you're. By the way, congratulations on that thing yesterday.
Oh man, appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Keep going. All right. Talk soon.
All right, later. Yeah, okay. Now he'll give me a kind of better, just an answer on what's the options there.
Yep. Okay. So give me Government Village was 2018, 19?
Government Village we bought in 2017. No, 2018. 2018.
And then Annunciation.
2016.
2016. Okay. Cool. So just showing them slight history that we've been doing this. So our work before and after is giving Electric Depot. You may feel like you have a better example. Definitely probably want color pictures here. And then, definitely want color pictures. Targeted acquisition, Southern Heights student housing. Recent.
We could also send you with the Southern Heights, just a rendering of what it would look like afterwards.
Yeah. Where was that? I think I thought
a text. I think it was in the text with me and Tevin.
Okay, yeah, send it to me again. Recent acquisitions, and then recent acquisitions, and then commercial business models, cloud kitchens, drive-through movie, personal or commercial storage, etc. Just showing them that we've thought through the business models in terms of how we monetize these commercial spaces. Residential renovations and amenities. Isn't this perfect? Yes, baby. I'm gonna make food. Uncle Anthony, say hi, Uncle Anthony.
How you doing?
You see him? He's too dark. I know. He's the light is behind him, so you can't see him. But isn't this perfect for Julia?
Yeah, I do like both of those.
Yeah.
I like both of those examples.
Yeah, so just showing them the quality of what we're going for. Then I don't know if we should get in. No, stop, baby, stop. I don't know how deep we should get on. How deep we should get on a webinar.
Get to
numbers.
I think it's just leading to asking questions that people won't understand. Like, no electrical costs that much. I wouldn't even go into that type of question.
So we don't need this.
I mean, what I think would be cool. I mean, good. Like that article, like I sent you earlier. If we find like an article on like workforce housing and if we can find some articles on the movement, from these coastal cities to these small to mid-sized markets. That article I sent you earlier on, like that talks about how a lot of these bigger national firms are going, towards workforce housing for millennials in that 60 to 100%. I think another, article I can look up is like, talks about how small multifamily is like the missing product in America, and the value there, and like, what I mean? So I think those are some of the, like, I think we just put some articles from some bigger like publications that show like why, that supports our thesis.
Okay, understood. All right, so that'll allow us to bypass this, and if they want a Google Doc with the pro formas, then that's when they express interest, but not actually on the webinar.
I think too something. I mean, I'm sure you have some stuff on here. It's like the power of like group economics and real estate investing. Something like that.
So I'll show you that. That is actually, we do need to be clear about it. The power of group economics and REI. Then this was based on our text message earlier 2 days ago, and this is basically gonna wrap it up. So who should invest and why? Your money doesn't have to work in the same city as you do. That's the message I'm gonna continue to drive home so that we can get money from the coast. So high net worth, you making bread, you good. You're gonna be able to defer from capital gains to opportunity zones, reduce tax liability with historical tax credits, and own more in a market where your money goes, longer. Middle class, you're gonna be able to buy a source of cash flow to move towards financial freedom. You're going to be able to choose between debt and equity options and starters. You can literally going to get your money out of the banks and 100 times more return when your money's only making 0.03% at Bank of America. If you lack the credit, cash, or cash flow to buy an entire property by yourself, you can still be a real estate investor. So those are my kind of top 3 for each, 2 or 3 for each category.
I think that makes sense.
Okay. All right. And then that is it, brethren. Acquisition timeline already completed. Due diligence complete. Capital raise 5/15/20 to 7/4/2020. Project close 7/15. And then look for emails. Ariel might have to set this up. You're using Gmail as your backend email platform?
No, I've been using I use the email created through GoDaddy.
Oh, okay, got you. So I think we need to create an email address, and it could be Kimball.
I use my Gmail also, my personal Gmail a lot also.
Okay. But literally, if we get hundreds of people, that joint's gonna get flooded. So I want to get an email address that all 3 of us can tap into. What I said here on this last slide is support@kimballproperties.com.
I can create a Kimball Properties email through my workspace. I got
Yeah.
accounts, and basically what we'll do is just we can all tie it into like our other accounts and like that all will have access to it. So I create one of those.
Yeah. So I said each of us use this email address. Be sure to direct your questions to one of us. If we were to field, because this is a question that I'm already getting in Instagram, can we talk? No, because if we were to field every one-on-one call, we would not be able to complete this raise. We will have more group calls like this throughout the entire process. So that's how I'm addressing that, because I know that's going to come. Oh, can we talk? Who do we talk to? 20K and above? Like,
I would say definitely like 20, 25K. I think is where we get guys that are interested at that 25K level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
yeah. I mean, we're gonna have our calls weekly. Even though it's gonna be the same pitch, they can come in the Q&A at any time and ask their questions if they didn't get asked the week before. So I think that's fine. Hold on, Alan is calling. I'm gonna 3-way you in on Alan. Okay. One second, Alan. I'm calling you right now, Anthony. Recent Anthony. It's coming through, Anthony. Oh, it went to voicemail.
Hold on, call me back. I maybe hit the wrong button.
All right. Let me see. He might be able to hear us. Alan, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Anthony's here, so all 3 of us are here. Can you hear him clearly, Anthony?
I can hear him a little bit. It's breaking. Hey, call me real quick, and I'm gonna mute the computer.
Yeah, Anthony wants me to call him. I'm gonna add Anthony in on 3-way. One moment.
Okay, perfect.
Anthony. All right, we all here. We all here. Everything good, man. What happened? Yeah.
Eat time. Eat time.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got a question for you. Go ahead. I was gonna say, in terms of the decision-making process, obviously a lot of folks in that area don't own because of the prices in that area. So is it gonna be their confidence in the asset, the team, or the investment council that, where are they gonna put their confidence from? Right, 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 right. Yeah. All right. Gotcha. Gotcha. Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Anthony, what were you saying? What was your question? You were saying something. Cool. Yeah. Yep. Yep. We open to it all. We open to it all. But let's just start and execute and win. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I have the chief diversity officer at eBay, Damien Hooper Campbell. Right. Right. Yep. With it. That's okay. Perfect. Thank you.
I need to pull down.
Please. Chief, you there? Oh man, you there? You should be on mute. You on mute still?